Hi, gang. Thanks for joining. We are going to do an update tonight on the Rex Heuermann case, the Long Island serial killer. So, we have had four witnesses come forward this week. Two have already signed the official affidavits, two have not. So, we're going to get into it. Let me bring up my picture first so you guys can see his lovely mugshot. As you know, this guy, Rex Heuermann, is who we're chatting about tonight. Hi, Marta. Thanks for coming in, darling. Um, so this week, what ended up happening was we had four witnesses come forward. So they had a press conference this week. Two of them, like I said, have signed the affidavits, and two of them have not. We're trying to figure out exactly what's going on, but we do have affidavits from two of them. I've gone through them and I'm going to share the information with you guys. It is shocking to say the least. So buckle in and let's get into it. As you guys know, Rex Heuermann was arrested and charged just this past summer. They had to move in early. They were going to get him for all four of the Gilgo 4 murders. They had to move in early, so they only got him for three, and they're still working on the fourth, which we expect hopefully any day that the charges for that will be in. These are the girls we are chatting about. Unfortunately, these are the four women who lost their lives to Rex Heuermann. As we know, three of them, of course, he's been charged with. One of them he is not. This is what I want to talk to you guys about, though, tonight. This is Karen Vergata. There is huge information with the case with Karen Vergata right now. We have a witness that came forward. As you know, Karen Vergata was just ID'd this past August. We didn't know who she was before that. She was just Jane Doe number 7. Since she has been ID'd, however, a witness has come forward saying that she knows who Karen is and that she picked up Karen and took Karen to Rex Heuermann's home, and his wife was there. Basically, what we're finding out, this woman came forward. I read the affidavit. She is letting it all out. She's not hiding anything, and it's detailed. So, what she said happened was she was at a bar with her boyfriend one night in New York. She apparently saw writing on the bathroom wall, which had a phone number on it, and she called the number. They were swingers, and this was advertising apparently in the bathroom for swingers. She calls the number. She says it was Rex Heuermann and his wife. It was their home phone number. He invited them over. She and her boyfriend went. She's admitted this, all guys, in the affidavit, like all of it. So she said on the way, and I'm not clear how exactly this happened, but they ended up picking up Karen Vergata. She said Karen advertised on Craigslist. She was, a working girl. They ended up picking her up. She said that she was rough looking. She wanted to get cleaned up. She wanted food. She was really hungry. So she told her, if you come along, this is what we're going to end up doing. We'll get you cleaned up. We'll get you something to eat and we'll have some fun. Karen ended up going. They get to Rex Heuermann's house. One of the things in the affidavit that stood out to me was that the witness claimed that the Christmas tree was still up in the Heuermann's home. It was February. It was around Valentine's Day when this happened. And she said she asked Rex Heuermann's wife, Asa Ellerup, why the tree was still up. This kind of stood out to me because if you remember, when Rex Heuermann's house was raided, when the police searched it, one of the main comments was how cluttered it was, how much of a mess the house was, how dirty it was, disheveled. So it kind of makes sense that things like the Christmas tree would still be up. Anyway, that was just one thing she noticed. She said when they got there, her partner, who she believes was bi, ended up going off with Rex Heuermann, and the two of them were having relations apparently. She says that Karen Vergata went upstairs with Asa Ellerup and that she didn't see Karen again that night. We don't know exactly what was going on, but she is sure that it was Asa Ellerup, Rex Heuermann's wife, upstairs, and she is sure, apparently, that it was Karen Vergata that they picked up. She said that night she did have relations as well with Rex Heuermann. I don't know how that went down, but she did. When they ended up leaving, so she and her boyfriend, she got in the car to leave. As they were backing out, she apparently says that she saw Karen Vergata without clothes running outside the home. She says that she ran outside. She looks at her boyfriend and says, like, what's going on here? Like, she's naked outside. And her boyfriend said, oh, it's okay. It's a game they play. And so she continued on and she never saw Karen Vergata again. This is extremely important because Karen Vergata has not been linked to Rex Heuermann. Only the Gilgo 4, like I said, have been linked to him so far. Let me pull up the Gilgo 4 for you. So the Gilgo 4, 3 of them have been linked to him. And this is the shot here. Three of the girls have been linked to Rex. One of them is on its way to being linked, but hasn't quite yet. But the rest of the bodies found in Gilgo, nobody knows what happened or how they got there. It's assumed that there may have been two serial killers or that Rex had something to do with it. But if it's true that this woman actually drove Karen Vergata to Rex Heuermann's home, then we have a major connection between Karen Vergata and Rex Heuermann. She also says she left and that Asa Ellerup was there. Asa Ellerup, of course, her lawyer has spoken out saying it's garbage. This didn't happen. She was not there. As you know, the whole time she's claimed that she hasn't been at the home when these things happened, that she didn't know anything about it. And now someone's coming out saying that she was a swinger, apparently. Anyway, this was the first witness affidavit that I read that was pretty major for this case. The second one kind of hits a little bit closer to home, as I feel that this beautiful soul, Shannon Gilbert, is the reason all of these bodies were found. Shannon Gilbert was basically searched for after a 911 call came in 2010, where she was frantic, saying people were trying to kill her. She was running through the neighborhood, banging on doors. Her clothing was found. Shannon wasn't found. But while they were searching for Shannon, they ended up finding all of these other bodies, including the Gilgo Four. They did eventually, unfortunately, find Shannon a year later. She was the last victim to be located, and she's actually not being connected to the other murder cases. They're actually saying that she may have drowned. There's a bunch of theories for that. However, defense has done their own autopsy and found that her hyoid bone was broken, which of course means strangulation usually. So we're kind of waiting still for more details on that, if she will be linked to those cases or not. But this is the reason that all of those women and one man and one toddler have been found at Gilgo Beach. Basically, this witness has come forward. It's a cab driver. She claims that she picked up Shannon Gilbert, and she claims that she may have seen Rex Heuermann as well. So here's the story she's got in her affidavit. She says that the 911 dispatcher got a call from a frantic young woman saying she was trapped in a bathroom at a motel and she needed immediate exit. So the cab driver was dispensed. She ended up going to the hotel. She parked outside the unit and was honking and flashing her lights and doing everything she could to get attention. She ended up seeing a man come out of the hotel unit covering his face so that she couldn't see. But she said he was a burly, bigger man, and he headed off to a dark colored vehicle, just like the Chevy that he was spotted in and ID'd in years later. She said at the time, she continued to honk, flash her lights, and eventually the young woman finally came out and she has ID'd her as being Shannon Gilbert. She says Shannon got in the car. They had a lengthy conversation while she drove Shannon to the train station. Shannon revealed things that pretty much only people that would know her family life would have known. Things that the cab driver said about her relationship with her mom, relationship with her sisters. There was a lot of details. She made comments like that her pimp or whatever you want to call him was making her go to Long Island all the time and that she didn't like to go, but he was forcing her and she didn't understand why she was being made to go all the time to Long Island. Of course, that's where all the issues were happening with Rex Heuermann at that time. But the taxi driver is convinced that it was Shannon Gilbert and Rex Heuermann. If that's the case, it also makes a connection between Rex and Shannon Gilbert before they went missing. So these are kind of the two big details that came out of the press conference this week, was the two witnesses that came out. There are two more, but we don't have the signed affidavit just yet. So I was not able to read information about what these two are saying. But as I said, Karen Vergata was a major, major break in this case when they ID'd that woman. They waited until the summer to ID her. We don't really know why. But now we have this witness coming forward saying that she believes she drove Karen Vergata to Rex Heuermann's house. I'm coming to the comments for you guys. Thank you so much, guys, for joining and listening. I wanted to jump on and do a quick update. And now I want to come see what you guys are up to. Julie, you lovey. Hi, Julie. Thanks. Oh, love it. Ron, you got me started on here. I'm trying. I really am. I can't compete with you. Guys, if you have not followed Duty Ron, make sure you do. He is a retired police officer from New York, and he has the best perspective on stuff like this. All right, let me come in. Hi, Elizabeth. Thanks for joining. Wasn't that his brother's vehicle? It was. So it was licensed to or registered, I guess we want to say, to his brother. But he was the one that had been driving it quite a bit, and he's the one that was seen driving it. But yes, it was his brother's vehicle. Not good. Hi, gang. Yeah, I agree, Prince. Princess Silly says this is a crazy story. The whole thing is nuts. We're starting to get more information now coming out that he's actually been charged. If you haven't been following the case at all, he was actually charged early. So there's the Gilgo Four were all found wrapped the same way, kind of in the same area. And they were able to get DNA off of pizza crust that he had thrown out from his home by watching him, surveilling him. So they knew it was him, but they were trying to wait and not arrest him because they wanted to be able to charge him for all four women. However, they had to move in because he was doing sketchy stuff still. He had a burner phone. He was still contacting women that were working women and Craigslist women and things like that. So they had to move in for the public safety. Hi, guys. Thanks so much for coming in. Abby, thanks for joining, love. Yes, Abby just asked, are we live right now? Yes, we are live right now. And I just wanted to do a quick update, guys, and get the hang of my YouTube channel. As you guys know, I'm trying to get the hang of doing more videos on here. So please hit subscribe if you are interested in true crime and basically anything that is in the news with pop culture and things like that. I will definitely try to do more updates lately and get on and do more lives. So thank you so much for joining, guys. I know this was a quick one, but I wanted to jump on and talk about these. Hopefully, I will be on again maybe tomorrow night.